Welcome back to Heart and Soul. My name is Monica. Today we are going to talk fertilizer. And you know, one thing I want to say is I am in no means an expert. I am not an expert on gardening. I'm just learning, and I'm just trying to share with you what I've learned. And as you see all these different types of fertilizer, it probably seems a little overwhelming, like, oh my God, I have to go buy all this. No, you don't. But what I have learned is when you use the proper fertilizer for whatever type of plant or area that you're working with, it does help. You know what I mean? It does make a big difference. Now, are you going to be okay if you go and you just get some Miracle Grow and you put it in your watering can and you use that? Yes, you will. These are just some of my favorites, and I just wanted to share them with you. And kind of go over the reasons why you want to use different fertilizers for different areas. So stay tuned, because today it's all about fertilizer. So I think the first place to start would be when you're getting ready to plant, when you're first planting something. Now, this is the difference. All of this is Espoma organic, and I just prefer, it's just a personal preference, I prefer to use an organic anything, you know, in my garden, especially the vegetable garden. Everything will be organic just because it's something that we're eating. But you know, if our dogs happen to, you know, which they do, they tend to like the smell of the fertilizer and they go in and they start eating it. If it wasn't organic, I would get a little nervous and scared, you know. So I do prefer an organic fertilizer, but it's totally up to you. When you are first planting an in-ground, so this is not a pot, this is for when you're planting in the ground in the garden, you want to start everything with a biotone starter. Now this is a great, it helps the roots start, you know, to get in and start rooting, and the plant to start developing. And this part for me has been crucial. I would say if I had to pick two things, I would say the biotone and the weekly water soluble and the pot starter fertilizer, because you're getting a start and then you're getting a weekly fertilize, you know, to back it up. So you can buy this from Espoma, or you can buy this from Amazon, which is what I do. And I am working on putting together an Amazon store, so if we have it for this video, we will link it below, but you can buy this on Amazon. And like I said, hopefully I will have an Amazon store quickly. So basically what I do is you dig the hole with every plant. I just take, and I always wear gloves because this stuff stinks, and it kind of gives a little, I don't know, I get a little irritated, but my skin's very sensitive. I just get a big handful, dump it in the dirt, put the plant down, work it in, and that's all. I mean, there's measurements on the back of exactly what you need to do, but you know, I just grab a handful and put it in. So this is amazing. This is hands down one that I would highly recommend. The other starter is when you see me planting pots, which is basically what I've done, what you've seen me in videos doing. This is from Proven Winners, and this is a continuous plant food, which I sprinkle in when I'm planting a pot. And I'm out, I have it on order and it's coming, but as you can see, they're just little like pellets. And what I do is just shake. You've probably seen me, you know, in videos, and I just shake. There is a little scooper in there, but I just shake and put it in the plants as I'm planting into the dirt, work it into the dirt. And what this does is this activates with the heat. So you're not going to fertilize in the winter, you're going to do it in the growing seasons. So when you're doing pots, and this is not one that you would just, once you've got a pot and you would just sprinkle in to fertilize. This is when you're planting a new pot. Ideally, it is best to use new soil, and I just, you know, I tried it in my front patio, just using old soil that I'd had from last year, and they didn't do well. So I'm going to replant those pots. But so ideally when you're planting a pot, you're going to want to put new dirt in and then do your starter fertilizer for your pots. This you can either get it from Proven Winners on their website, or like I said, I get it off of Amazon. So these two are lifesavers, and I have found make a huge difference. So then, another one, this is the bulb tone. And with Espoma, you'll see that every type of area in your garden, garden tone, citrus tone, rose tone, tree tone, it's all, it's all geared around specific areas of your garden. So this is the bulb tone, and what I use this for is when I am planting bulbs, which you will typically plant your bulbs in maybe October. Not for us October. Again, I'm in Arizona, I'm a zone 9, but we plant more in November because it has to be cool. You start into the cooler seasons, the cooler nights, and then they will grow and be ready for spring. But every time I plant a bulb, I again take some of the bulb tone, put it in, mix it in with the dirt, put your bulb in, and then cover it up. So this is for bulbs. This is what you've seen me fertilize when I cut back all the roses. And I cut back all the roses and then re-fertilize. Usually, depending on the rose bush size, it's usually about 2 cups. And I just have a scooper that I use. By now, I just kind of know, so I just kind of pour around the outer part of the rose. But this is an excellent rose fertilizer, and this I use 2 times a year. I use in the fall, kind of the end of the season, and I use in the spring, the start of this growing season. So this is for our roses. This is for the citrus. So I'm going to be doing this today. I do that in this 1 time a year, and I fertilize in the spring. So this is for all our citrus trees. You just do it around the base of the plant or the tree, and it will give you all the directions on the back. This is just for trees. I'll be doing all of our trees. I'm going to do all the citrus in the trees all in the spring. That just makes it easy. So we go ahead and same thing, just around the base of the tree. So you'll see that get done. This is for when I'm planting in the garden, and you will see this when we do the planting in the new garden space. I don't have it all complete yet, but this will go in with the new dirt of the boxes, and I'll work it in, and it just helps a great start for your gardening, your vegetables. There's one other one that is called Plant Tone, and that a lot of times you can find at Lowe's or Home Depot. That's more of a common, it's the same type of situation, Plant Tone. It would be a yearly fertilizer for everything that you've had existing in your yard, already in the ground. So not a starter, but it's just a fertilizer for already established plants. And I don't have any right now, I have it on order. But that would be where you would go in and say all like shrubs, plants, and that type of thing that you would just want to fertilize for, that are already established, just like anything else. So that's another one. It's called Plant Tone. We will have that listed down below as well. And then for my weekly fertilizing for pots, I use the Proven Winners water soluble plant food. This is for all of your pots. I do squirt it on the in-ground stuff too. I'm not gonna lie, but it just is a water soluble powder, and I use a little pumper. You'll see when I do it. And this is just for all of my pots, and I do this every Friday. Friday is my fertilizing day. It helps me remember. I also use the Espoma Grow, and this is an all-purpose plant food just like this as well, and water soluble. And you mix with water, and it's a feed for pots, and you could also use it for in-ground. So these are all the types of fertilizer and how they are used. Fertilizer isn't a glamorous smell. My children can't stand it. Every time I fertilize, they're like, oh my gosh, she's done it again. And there's more flies and what have you. The dogs love it because they go start rounding around the trees, running around the plants and trying to eat it all. It's kind of disgusting. But it is a very necessary thing for you to be able to grow your garden. And again, if you're on a balcony of an apartment or a condo, you would more than likely use your biotone and something like this for pots, and then just a weekly fertilizer. If it's a small little garden space, you could use this. You don't have to have everything. This is a big garden, so there's a lot of different types going on, but figure out what's right for you and go for that. And again, if you just want to use a Miracle-Gro, that's fine too. My thing is fertilize. That's the most important. How you do it is up to you. I'm giving you some suggestions that have worked really well for me in my garden, but as long as you're fertilizing, that's all that matters. So I'm going to get some of this situated in my sprayer and we're going to get started. All right, so when you're mixing the water soluble, it comes with this. So it's one of these tablespoons, and honestly I do a little bit more because I always do. It's 1 tablespoon per gallon, and this is a 2-gallon container. So you just fill it up with the water with 2 to 3 scoops of the fertilizer. Okay, so we're going to start right here. So what I do is I've just got my container here, and I'm just going to come in and just spray real good all in through here. Get a nice spray through here, and then we just move it along. Okay, so get it all pumped up, and now we're ready to get a nice little mist in here. And that's it. You just want to make sure you're hitting every part of the plant. Get a nice, nice drench of water in there. And here we go. We'll just speed it up, and this is what I do every Friday.
Remember when you told me you believe in something and you said you're done pretending that fate is patient. Go run away, get it out of your system. Come back when you're older. Go find a place where you can't be the victim. And come back when you're older. Go catch the storm within your broken bones. And be wild, 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 wild. Summer's end, and you feel that this is your beginning. Well, colors fade, but it's okay. There is good in changes. Go run away, get it
this is our Meyer lemon tree. So, and this is new this year. We've got lots of little buds going, so I'm really excited to see how this one fruits. If you can see, here's a good one. This one has about 5 or 6 starts on it already. So that's gonna be this is gonna be a good one, I think.
Not used to this. I don't know how to...
Okay, so here's the tree tone, and this could be for fruit or shade. Sorry, a sprinkler just came on, scared me. So I do this all on our regular trees. But you could do this on fruiting ones as well. So just around.
These moments, they're like poets to me. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're new to me. I don't know who you are, be like a piece of art. I want more, but better slow it down. Inside my mind is getting all too loud, I get scared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not prepared. It was like if we were to waste these moments, they're like poets to me. You getting into my brain.
Okay, so I hope this gave you guys some information, you know, on the best ways, the best practices, and the best ways to fertilize your pots, your plants, your trees, your citrus, whatever it is. There is a fertilizer for everything. And you know, it just gives, these are fairly new trees, the ones that I fertilized, other than the citrus, and it just gives them the best, you know, the best start they can have. And so I hope I was able to give you some motivation to get out there. I'm telling you what, in Arizona, we hit hot quick. It's averaging about 104. Tomorrow's supposed to be about 107 or 8. So it's kind of a scramble. I thought I had a lot more time for my spring, you know, chores per se, fertilizing being one of them. But it's a mad rush to get it in because we are just getting hot quick. So I hope I gave you a little motivation and a lot of information to get out there and take care of your plants. I hope you'll stay tuned for some more gardening and home projects and just some fun stuff coming up. If you are liking the content here, please take 2 seconds to subscribe and hit the notification button. And I'd love to hear where you're gardening or where you're from and what you're doing this time of year. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.